Hey everybody, welcome. We are live at the park in Arlington, and with me today I have my wonderful wife, Chalondra Thompson, the owner, operator, and all things wonderful about Prolyfic Enterprise. So what we're going to do today is just really have an interview and just discuss her actual recognition she'll be receiving today from the Dallas Wings, and just give you a little bit more information about who she is and what she's doing for Open for Business. So with that, Sean, just start off by just telling us a little bit about you. I know you, but tell everyone else a little bit about yourself and kind of what brought you to this moment.
My name is Chalondra Thompson. I've been in commercial real estate for 7 years now, actually celebrating my 7-year anniversary on Monday. On Monday, June the 30th, is when I actually got my real estate license in the mail. So it'll be 7 years on Monday, and I am excited about the opportunities that I have to help small businesses acquire commercial space, whether they are leasing or purchasing. And the opportunity that brought me here today, I was nominated for the Dallas Wings AMP business program by someone. I don't know who it is. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. But I was nominated, and my business was selected to be recognized today at the Dallas Wings versus the Mystics game. Thank you very much. And also earlier this year, I had an opportunity to do an interview with Tiara McCowan, such a sweet lady. Wish that I could see her play today, but good luck to you, Tiara. I know that you're doing your thing over in China. And so, again, got an opportunity through the Dallas Wings to be here today, and I'm excited to share my journey with all of the people here that are here to see the game today, and those of you that are out there watching.
So kind of with that, you talked about, entrepreneurship. You talked about helping small businesses here for us. So when it comes to commercial real estate, what does that look like?
Where do I begin with that question? That is a loaded question. So I help individuals that are small business owners that have never, ever acquired commercial space at all. And then I also help individuals that are still considered small businesses, but that are seasoned, but maybe need to expand their businesses. Maybe they're grown out of their space and just looking for a new space. And so I help a little bit of both. But for instance, what we're going to talk about later on today, and as you can see on our shirts, Open for Business, my passion project right now is really helping small businesses that have never acquired that space before. What I have found being in this business is that a lot of small businesses don't understand all of the aspects of what it takes, especially when it comes down to the contracts and acquiring a commercial lease. I found that a lot of individuals are getting into leases where they are responsible for everything, for replacing HVAC systems if they go out, replacing electrical systems that are outdated and out of code. And so I feel like it's my duty and my responsibility to share the knowledge that I have with them and to let them know that everything is negotiable. Just because a landlord may put it in the lease doesn't mean that you can't have a conversation about it and have a conversation and negotiate your rights, actually, what you actually want in that contract as well.
So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Let's talk about Open for Business. And so from my understanding, Open for Business really started out as a kind of a training, and it just really blossomed based on just the knowledge, the information, and more importantly, the questions you were getting in that. So kind of talk to us about kind of the birth of Open for Business, and then tell us a little bit about what you do.
I started out with just training residential agents that was interested in learning about commercial real estate. And so I found that, some of the same questions that the residential agents were having were some of the same questions that some of my clients were having as well. So the commercial class that I was teaching in our office grew into now what we have Open for Business, which is a workshop series, 12-part, that I host once a month. It's on the last Thursday of every month. Most of the time it's at the DeSoto Chamber, but sometimes I like to go out, especially if I find a commercial a small business where I can host it actually on site, because that's always fun to have conversations with small business owners and learn about their experiences as well. I want the individuals that come to my classes to have a lot of hands-on activity as well, and so asking an entrepreneur firsthand, I think, is crucial in this process as well.
So let's talk about that kind of session one. Is that like the contracts, or what does session one looks like? What is that about?
So session one is not, we don't jump into contracts right off that, because sometimes, individuals, they don't really understand the difference between a commercial lease and a residential lease. Okay. So when you have a lease in residential, typically you can have a month-to-month sometimes, or you can have a year's lease or a 16-month lease. Well, typically on the commercial side, there is it's minimal of about 3 years or 5 years. It just depends on the size of the business, and it depends on the landlord and what he's looking for and the type of tenant that he's looking for. So we don't dive into contracts right off the bat. I want to make sure that they understand and they know what commercial real estate is, because like I said, there's a difference between the residential and commercial. So we start out with just the basics first, and we start out with a little bit of vocabulary words, etc. So
fantastic. So you can just kind of thinking about, not starting at the contract, starting at the beginning here for us. So when we're thinking about the beginning, hey, I'm a new business owner. I'm a business owner. Been in business for 2 years. I come to you. What does that beginning look like? Okay, you told me it's not about the contract, or it is. It's all about the contract, but it can be negotiated. But what should I be looking out for? What are some of the gotchas that I should be looking out for as I'm going out and looking for, or before I look to hire on a realtor to assist me with this?
I would say definitely put together a budget first, then put together your business plan, your marketing plan, your concept deck, and all the things. And then I also have what I call a discovery call with my clients as well. So we do it actually a deep dive. I've had my discovery calls last 2 hours, because we talk about things that some small business owners don't think about. It's not just about, oh, I have a small business at home, I make cupcakes or whatever, now I want to jump out and I want to go start a business. Well, it's a little bit more than that, especially if you are looking for someone to help you with your financing.
Okay, so you mentioned a few things, and again, I'm new at this. So business plan, budget, have a concept here for us. So I don't have a team to help me with that. What does Open for Business offer to, as far as any assistance with that, or how can I get to that point of having a team?
Starting with that discovery call. With a discovery call, we'll talk about all those different things that you need, and your team also includes your banker. That's one of the questions I always ask. Do you have a business banker? And individuals tell me all the time, well, no. And I tell them all the time, because I've learned this from my business bankers as well, and then some of my vendors that I use. You should have your business banker's cell phone number in your cell phone as a contact, because at the end of the day, your business banker, they can help you navigate the type of loans that are available to you. Whether it's a loan where you need help financing an actual commercial asset as far as that building, or even if you just need equipment, your lender at your bank, wherever you have your business accounts, they'll be able to help you navigate what you need and when you need it, and if they can help you. If they can't help you, they should be able to tell you what other lending partner that they have that can help you as well.
So we've got through the discovery call. I'm on the track now. I'm not going far, but I'm on the track. So now I'm coming to your courses. Other than like yourself, are you hosting all of the courses? You mentioned getting in front of sub companies and maybe having owners. So talk to me a little bit about what those actual events can look like.
I am always excited to bring on my partners to help me share resources and knowledge with not just my tenants, not just individuals that are interested in Open for Business, but with the community as a whole. So anytime that I can bring my partners in, I definitely do that. And so I've been doing Open for Business for about 1.5 years now. And so I've had lenders, I've had CPAs, I've had attorneys. Just last month, I had a developer, and I also had an interior designer. We did one live at a coffee shop in Cedar Hill, 1846 coffee shop in Cedar Hill. We did one live at Jones Inc. in Duncanville. And so I try to bring in other people along with me on this journey to share what they've learned and share the resources with the community as well.
Okay, fantastic. So with that, with bringing in those individuals, what are some of the things that you found that your attendees have benefited from being in front of other individuals, other businesses, and been able to, well, I'm going to say, have those sidebar conversations sometimes? What are some of the input that your attendees have provided to you, kind of on their recaps?
Well, just having the opportunity, like I said, to get firsthand knowledge and experiences from other small businesses, because a lot of the times it's about half and half. Some of them are interested in starting a business, and then I have half that have a business already. And so just those questions, they don't always just ask me questions directly. They'll ask those other business owners in the room, they'll ask them questions, which I love. I absolutely love. Because like I said, there's nothing like, having conversations with other people that have gone through it and that have done it and experienced it before. So that's a little bit of the feedback. And then also, I like to make sure that they leave with something in hand, whether it's a worksheet that I put together, where they can fill it out as we are going through the workshop and learning. I've given them vocabulary words before. I always want to make sure that they're taking something home with them so they can have a resource to refer back to when they're ready to move forward with acquiring commercial space.
That's definitely great, because again, I'm a great learner. I call myself a great learner anyway, but I heard one of my mentors told me, I rather trust a short pencil than a long memory. So having that availability to have those vocabulary words and have those items that you're actually sharing with them to take home, to have a reference. So whether it's you on that next call, whether it's your attorney that you're talking to, your banker, you have some key terms that were shared with you at the Open for Business workshop to really put you through that.
And then also, I just want to add this too, when I invite the panelists to come and join me, I always ask them to bring resources as well. And so they'll always make sure that they have something in hand that they can share with the attendees. So like I said, so they'll have that particular resource as well.
I know that you primarily focus in the southern Dallas area. We originally coined it as South of 30, so 30. So kind of walk me through what brought you to saying, hey, I want to focus on this demographic, this neighborhood. Talk to me about that.
Well, good question, and thank you for asking. So born and raised in Oak Cliff, all right, and I have noticed that there's a lot of change going on in the southern sector, south of 30. I won't do a deep dive in that right now, but there's a lot of change going on, a lot of growth and a lot of development going on south of 30. People are opening up their small businesses. Bishop Arts is booming right now. We have, a couple of small businesses that's coming to the Cedar Hill area. Some are popping up here and there in DeSoto and Lancaster. And that's all wonderful and great, but we want more. However, like I said, having some conversation with some small business owners or small entrepreneurs, they don't understand the steps that it takes to be successful. And so I felt like it was my duty, being from the southern sector, growing up in the southern sector, that I needed to focus my energy on making sure that my community has the same resources that they have, on the other side of 30, north of downtown.
So again, I love the fact that you're kind of bringing it home. This is where you started. You are where your feet are. You're working where your feet are. You're wanting to help everyone grow. I mean,
Yeah.
hey, nothing against north of 30. Believe me, we love doing business north of 30 too.
We do.
So don't think that just because it's south of 30 is kind of the home stomping ground, that's all where we work at. But we will say that, as she mentioned, south of 30 is definitely where we want to make sure that it's a equal growth. It's a similar growth. I like to say, let's say it that way, similar growth.
Yeah.
So with that, talk about community here for us. So as you look to what's next, what's coming, if you have to write your own kind of game plan, business plan for Prolyfic, for Open for Business, what's next for you?
Wow. So those that know me know that this right here, this video right here that we're doing is such a struggle for me. So recording and all the things, I really, I'm trying to put it into my everyday, because I have to, my everyday routine. I'll use that word, my everyday routine. And so what's next is me recording some of these sessions, because I want to not only just my community in the southern sector, but I want anyone who needs Open for Business. I don't care if it's in Atlanta or North Carolina or Canada or California, it doesn't matter. I want the small business community to have the same resources. It doesn't matter where they are. And so my next steps are recording some of these sessions and putting them online. And so yeah, that's going to be a big step for me, because I've been kind of putting it on the back burner for quite some time. And so I'm excited about that opportunity.
Before we kind of get to closing and talk about, giving everybody your connections here for us, we're here at the Dallas Wings game today.
Yes.
We are at the park in Arlington today. So kind of talk to me about, again, AMP, what that meant to you, how that has inspired you, what kind of launching pad AMP could have for you, and then we'll go into kind of closing out with your final remarks and giving everybody your socials. But before we do that, let's talk about Dallas Wings and AMP.
So the reach that the Dallas Wings has allowed me to have, because I have had a couple people reach out to me because of the video that Tiara and I recorded earlier this year. I mean, I couldn't do some of the things that I do or have done without the Dallas Wings. So the access that they're giving me right now, even today, being on this plaza, is amazing. I would have never even thought to come out here and record a live session of Open for Business. So I appreciate them. And then they have my video on their social platforms as well. So the reach that they have provided for me, the opportunities that they have provided for me, is phenomenal. So I just want to thank the Dallas Wings, not only for me being a part of the AMP program, but for all of the businesses that have been chosen to be recognized. Is phenomenal. So thank you to the Dallas Wings, and listen, we're going to do big things this year in 2025.
Absolutely. So right before we close out here, definitely wings up. Let's get this win tonight. Absolutely. Here for us, and let's go ahead and get you close out with how can I connect you? If I need you, if I know a friend that needs you, I know a partner that needs you, how can I get in contact with you?
If you're on LinkedIn, it's just Charlandra Thompson. Facebook is Charlandra Thompson CRE, my business Facebook page. My Instagram is Prolyfic Enterprises INTL. And then you can just email me at connect@charlandrathompson.com, and you can also give me a call. My number is 945-345-4860.
Run that number one more time.
945-345-4860.
Well, Charlandra, thank you for sharing this time, because again, this is your time on the plaza. This is your recognition. But thank you for giving us the opportunity to not just have this conversation in the plaza, but be able to share with those of you who are going to watch that today, tomorrow, and forevermore. So appreciate you. Charlandra, appreciate you. Any last statements out here to your Wings fans and your Prolyfic fans?
Listen, it's hot out here, but everybody's having a good time, and I just empower you to come on out and join us on the Plaza. Gates open at 6 and the tip off is at 7. So go Wings.
Go Wings.